coming to you live from the backseat of a 1984 Holden Kingswood. It's time for Destiny Down Under.
Episode of the Destiny Down Under podcast. As every week, I'm Log Power Slave. This week, we've got special guest on for Aussie Community Week. TamsinWood is in the house, and also Mylan MMO Crack Fiend Games is there scratching himself like a fucking weirdo.
You got any more of those MMOs?
It's become a big issue.
I definitely don't have it open.
You do.
On my
I know you fucking do. I know you do. If you don't, you dare look at it. You know what? That space is reserved for you pulling up law-based fucking Word documents. Right? It's where you need to be.
I'm
worried about you. I'm fucking so worried.
I'm worried about me. I'm worried about me. Right?
Do we need to get it out of your system? Like, do we need you to have like your 2 seconds of fame about this new game?
I actually, you know what? You know when you get a new game, you just play it heaps, and then you get to a point you're like, okay, it's out of my system now.
Yeah.
That happened with New World. I just had like a day, and I just played it the entire fucking day. And I'm like, okay, I get it now. So I'm probably gonna need to do the same with this game, Craftopia.
You just want to, you're gonna main vein it and then hope that. It's like when a parent catches. I mean, obviously parents these days don't do that, but when I was a kid and your parents caught you smoking, they'd be like, "Well, now you got to finish the whole pack." Yeah,
yeah. Same strat.
You know,
same strat.
Fucking literally
but
dying.
This game, right? Look, I get in a stream this morning. I'm like, guys, Doom Eternal, and everyone's just super chill. I'm like, it's not really a Doom Eternal kind of feeling.
Yeah.
So we just jumped on Steam. We thought, what's around? And it's literally Zelda. It's Zelda aesthetics. It even has some of the same sound effects. You have a glider. You can make a fire and glide into the fire to give you lift. The bow sounds exact. It's I don't know how they copied it, and they're not being currently sued by Nintendo. But it's Zelda with crafting and multiplayer. I mean, if you don't like that, give me your gamer card. Multiplayer, which somehow we got into and no one else can get into it. And just saying, I gave up the top of the directory to be here, by the way. The top of the Craftopia directory.
How many viewers were in the directory?
Well,
7.
I only had 50 people watching.
53 in the directory.
Streaming in the directory.
Because server issues, no one else was able to play whatsoever.
Look, just wait. I guarantee you wait, this game's going to blow up, and then you guys can take all your fucking criticism right back and say, yes, Matt was right. Matt was right.
Well, how's your week? PUBG blew up, or whatever what was that other fucking game you play? Tarkov. That blew up. You were right about that.
Yep. Mate, I've got the stonks. I'm a stonk predictor.
Still shit, but it blew up. Anyway, how are we all? Tamsin, how are you? How's your help? Like, it's been a few months. I haven't seen you for a bit. How you going? What's been going on?
Everything. I was trying to think about it. I was like, what was what happening in my life last time I spoke to you guys? I think I was unemployed. But I have a job now. I have a job now, so that's been interesting because it's like the whole city commute. So I like get up super early, do the gym, then drive up to the city, work, and then an hour and a half drive home on a bad day, and then try and stream for like 3 hours through the week, which is like
you'll end up fucking rooted.
Yeah, I'm okay. Like I've done similar before. I think it just sucks like with stream and stuff like that because you got a new schedule. Like I've gone from streaming at like 2:00 in the afternoon now to like 7:00 at night, and only for 3 hours. And then on the weekends, it's like, well, try and stream a little bit more, but you're tired by the time you get to the weekend. So
Fucking jobs, man. They're nothing but a hassle. What a hassle.
Yeah.
Who'd have
but
one?
that, and then the past 3 weeks.
Do you know what I like? I like when you say stuff like that and people go, "Oh, boo-hoo, it's so hard playing video games." You're like, "Shut up." It is working full time. It is hard working full time and then streaming.
And then doing everything else with your life as well on top of that.
The exhausting part of streaming. The exhausting part of streaming is just like spending hours and hours on end not doing something that'll get you fucking terms of service in front of the camera. That's kind of my issue. It's like, don't fucking pick your nose. Don't like you gotta,
Oh my.
Yeah.
Don't flash your dick. I mean, yeah, it is hard.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's so hard.
Really hard.
Anyway.
Yeah. But I don't know if you guys saw, but I had a massive charity week last week with Starlight Foundation, or the past 3 weeks.
Nice.
So raised 12,675, and it was number 3 in the whole campaign for individuals. So
nice.
Pretty happy about that.
Pockets.
We cracked, I think, 200,000. So as like a
What is that? So that was all Australia, just for Starlight Foundation Australia?
I think so. Well, yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's
Starlight
local.
Foundation is Australian. Yeah, it's only in Australian, and they do like so it was like the EB Games game changers and stuff like that. So that was cool, and I think 2 weeks ago I did a Just Dance and a Twitch Sing stream, and then last week I decided to dress up as a hot dog fall guy and paint my face white with the black beady eyes. So
I saw that. That was simultaneously adorable and fucking terrifying. So good job.
I got a lot of messages of like those like creepy dolls and like
creepy,
yeah.
There was a vibe.
If you look good or creepy.
Yeah, it was like you did a good job, but also
it was literally just white paint, and then I got black paint. It was just like oval on my eyes, and that was it. But yeah, no, I had a lot of fun. So yeah, that and just gaming and trying to get through until we get beyond light. Really,
it's becoming at the moment, the old testicles.
It's becoming a bit of a struggle. I'm still like, I mean, I haven't really started playing anything else, but I'm kind of going through doing shit that I would normally have just ignored and not bothered with, like lining up Grandmaster Nightfall nights with the clan and shit like that for next week. I'm like, yeah, that sounds great. And I'm like, but does it really sound great? Or like, who am I? I hate strikes. What's going on here?
Yeah.
But I think
this is why there's normally a release in September. You sort of get to that point.
Oh yeah, I mean, we're gonna have that release week from fucking heaven/hell where everything drops in the same week, right? It's like Cyberpunk, Beyond Light. I'm trying to think of what else there is. There's just so much.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be big.
I can't wait to do everything Destiny in 2 days and then say there's no content.
I hope not.
When have you ever done everything Destiny? Ever? Like ever?
Hold on. Now that I condition my chat that I don't have to read lore, I actually feel like I could play Destiny.
For hours. Yeah. I reckon you could.
Stream.
I reckon you could. And I reckon you'd like the hard strikes because easy game is for babies. I think you'd be all over it. I think it's probably the most Halo experience you can get in Destiny. Which
you've been trying to hook me with that.
I know. And you know why? You know why? Because I'm fucking worried about you because you're literally playing Craftopia. I'm trying to save you subtly.
I admit it was a jump going from Doom Eternal to Craftopia.
Sometimes it's just what you got to do. How you been finding Doom though? Like before we get into talking all the Destiny news, because there's shitloads.
I was playing Doom Eternal on Nightmare mode. By the way, easy game. I spent 2 hours on what's called a Slayer Gate, which is basically just an encounter that you can keep respawning at and keep attempting without losing your resources. And I spent 2 hours trying to complete it, and it has like waves, and this last wave gives you these fucking spiders, these spider monsters that come out and they just wreck your face instantly. And I eventually got it.
Are they the ones with the mechanical legs and the brain thing in the middle? Yeah, I think I was at lunch at work and I tuned in and I was like, I'm going to watch Maddie's stream for a little bit. And I loaded up the stream, and then here's you like, what's the kill mechanic on that? It's like ripping their fucking brain open or some shit. And I'm like, I probably won't sit here and watch that in the middle of my office space. People are going to start asking questions. Just just brutal violence.
How long have you been playing Doom for?
I just started.
Because I was like, is it because it's been out for a while now, hasn't it?
It came at the beginning of the year, Eternal, and they've got a DLC coming up.
Okay.
But I didn't really like 2016. Eternal is more enjoyable in my opinion than 2016. Doesn't give you as many resources, and you basically have to use the finishing move to get your health back, and you have to use your chainsaw to get your ammo back. So it makes this really, like, I literally finished that encounter with my last gun, with the last like magazine, basically, and just had enough bullets to get through it. And you're just constantly running, jumping, flying, going off monkey bars and all that kind of stuff. It's really good.
Cool.
Yeah, it sounds like there's something in the economy of it all then, right? Like,
yeah. And the button combos are really good. Like you have, so if you want to get health back, you got to do a finishing move. If you want to get armor back, you got to set them alight, and then you have equipment that you can also cycle through. So you can do things like freeze them, set them alight, and then blow them up. So you're pressing like E, mouse button 4, mouse button 5, back to E, and then like you actually get really nice combos, and you get all your health, and you get all your armor back. You grenade them all, and it feels really good.
Well,
so it's a nice like skill gap as well.
I think that's the perfect segue to start talking about some of the new Beyond Light subclasses. But I'm going to ignore that opportunity and say that the new Tony Hawk remasters look fucking incredible. I watched Nick play them last night for fucking hours, and it was like catharsis, man. And I'm going to start campaigning for a 1080 snowboarding remaster remake so that I can play Matt and absolutely crush his fucking soul.
I played 1080 a little while ago. 1080. My friend had a 64. He got out, and we played 1080.
Wow.
Not as good as you remember. Same with GoldenEye. Not as good. I think a remaster is definitely needed.
How would a GoldenEye remaster go down? I mean, Rare made that. They could put it in Sea of Thieves.
You don't realize how big a mistake the fucking 64 controllers are to have a first-person shooter with one joystick.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, the whole thing looking back on it now, mistakes were quite clearly made. It looks more like a fucking sex toy than a game controller. So
I was just like thinking of it. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's pretty out there. It's a boy for sure.
He's what a boy.
it's a boy. I don't have one lying around. I definitely have one in the cupboard, but fair enough. All right. Look, let's get into talking a bit about Destiny and the shitload of information that's been dropped regarding New Light. Not New Light, bloody hell. Beyond Light. That's coming our way this November. Now, they've gone through and they've never really done this in the past, where they've sort of given like these full-blown profile and videos of the upcoming subclasses, which, let's be honest, it's the meat and potatoes of why we want to jump into the next season. Icy boys and icy girls and everything else are going to be a big part of it. So I'm going to be honest. I just briefly read through the Warlock one and went, can't wait for the Titan one to come out. And then the Titan one came out and I've been obsessing over it. So if you're here for like Warlock hot takes, you're probably not going to get them from me. So I'm not sure if you have any takes on it, Tamsin. What did you get out of it?
I'm like, yeah, I'm the Warlock main, but I haven't even looked at it yet because I've been I know I'm funny when I go into like, no, to be completely honest, I'm funny when I go into like DLCs and stuff like that. I don't spend a lot of time like looking online, and even the stuff that's available, I don't like rush to watch it unless it's like, I don't know, conveniently there for me to watch. But like, because I like the surprise, you know, like I like going in and not really knowing what everything's going to be about. But
yeah,
I like
I'm very much the same. When it's something like with the subclasses and stuff, I mean, obviously we kind of have to do that for the sake of the podcast. But with I always used to get the shits when they'd like let like there'd be like whole strikes that they'd let people run, or there'd be enormous like pieces of content that they'd let out into the world ahead of time. You're like, well, fucking why, man? Like there's no real reason. But I don't know. I mean, I think with this, given that there's such a big gap between the last pieces of content that we've received and our current season and all that sort of stuff, and we've still got nearly 2 months to go before fucking Beyond Light. Jesus Christ, I can't believe I said that out loud. I'm sorry if you've just fallen off your chair wherever you're listening to this podcast. But that's it. It's still 2 months to go. I think it's good. I think people can start getting hyped. I mean, personally, on the Titan front, I just sit there and like, I'm already trying to like, oh, fuck, I wonder if it'll work with this exotic. Like, and I think the way that they're breaking up the subclasses too, in that the Warlock's basically about freezing things in place. The Titan is basically about freezing things and smashing them, or using the stasis ice to build barriers or things to jump up, whatnot. And then the hunter that they haven't released yet, they've said that it's geared towards slowing the opposition down. Now, that, like, I mean, hunters are already annoying. They're going to give them what sounds like even more fucking annoying abilities. Can we ban hunters? Can we get rid of them in the game? What do you guys? Just delete them.
Look, I'm like, at the moment, I'm the kid because I've been playing Craftopia. I'm at the kid hasn't done the homework. I'm frantically looking. Where's the hunter stuff? I see a spotlight for Warlocks.
There's no hunter stuff. They said they're saving the best till last, but I'm just going to go ahead and assume that.
Right. So what? You didn't even read the Warlock one. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, of course not. Why would I read the Warlock one?
So what? You get a staff, and what happens? You don't even know the abilities.
Going to be better.
You freeze shit with it.
Get stuff? You freeze shit. Someone was saying that, wasn't it like all the abilities can kind of be used to help each other, like they all work together?
Yeah, there's what
there together with the Warlock and the Hunter.
What there appears to be is a whole heap of sort of ingrained synergies in it all, where you can kind of prime enemies to be finished off by fire team members and things like that. So it'll be interesting to see how well that all pans out. I hope it's one of those things where like that is the way to play, because I feel like that's the next evolution of Destiny.
Yeah,
I feel like that's
I'll tell you what the Warlock is. There's the Shatter Shockwave, where the Shadebinder detonates the crystals on their staff, creating a devastating shockwave that shatters all nearby frozen enemies. And then the Penumbral Blast, which I'm really blind, so excuse me, something stasis projectiles from their staff that explodes on impact. Enemies hit by the crystals, shrapnel are immediately frozen solid. So you freeze and then you like
freeze and shatter.
And shatter,
yep.
Yeah. And
that seems to be the common sort of theme across them all. But
what are these aspects that like modify them or something?
Look, well, that's the real big bickies of this, and I was kind of sitting off that, but there's there's the aspects and the fragments, and basically what they are like more or less mods for your super ability. So, I mean, we have no information on how often they cycle through. We have no information on how hard they are to get. They said that you can get them from in the world. I honestly reckon that this is going to be how they balance supers from now on, because these will heavily modify the functional, like, in-game function of the supers. So if they're too fucking powerful, they'll simply remove some of the mods and put different mods in so that people can't abuse shit or whatever. I mean, look, their new supers, they're going to bring them in. They're going to be shit hot. They're going to fucking annihilate everything. Whenever Bungie have brought new stuff to the table, think back to Taken King with fucking Hammer Bros, were just over the top, unstoppable and absolute punish. So I think we can expect that we're going to get a fair bit of fucking ice thrown our way come November. But I'm very, very, very interested in how the aspects and the fragments work out.
That's like basically speccing your character. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, to an extent. So if you've not gone in and had a look at both of the write-ups for the Warlock and the Titan, even if you do play as a hunter, it'll give you a fair idea where the design system is leading. Super exciting.
Frost pulse aspect. Casting your rift generates a shockwave that freezes nearby combatants.
That's cool.
Yeah. So now you've got like AoE utility on your rift, so you can heal and freeze things. Like, fuck. This is why they need to be able to take him out of the pool. That's already fucking broken. I hope it's not even there at launch. Get rid of it now. It's a mistake. Fuck.
Fine.
It'd be just fucking dipshit fucking warlocks flying at you at 1,000,000 miles a minute just to rift on you and freeze you, and you'd be like, fuckwards.
I wonder how it's going to work in PvP. I'm sure they've showed a bit of gameplay, but like, are you going to be able to like freeze your opponents in PvP?
Well, can't you like
so, yeah.
dive down from the air and cast a rift immediately? So can't you just jump in the air and do like ult?
No, not the little,
like
not the baby rifts.
Down ability, but then you rift. You have to rift as another button.
Yeah, you're thinking of like where you do the Phoenix dive. I think it's what it's called.
Phoenix
I don't
dive,
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, where it's because it's like your big rift. Where this is like, you know, the little ones that you just.
Well.
Yeah.
You're thinking the well.
No, I'm pretty sure you have
fucking stupid
when
warlock
you pop
things.
your well, when you pop your big well, you smash down into
no. There's a small one, warlocks. Any warlocks in chat?
Yeah, which is a Phoenix dive.
Yeah, that's a rift.
But that doesn't put a rift down at the end. That just dives you down.
Oh, it just dives. It just dives.
Yeah.
They put a rift.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Continue.
Continue. What? I'm lost.
Now we've established how a warlock.
No, okay. Tell us about the Titan ones. Well, I'm just
Look.
We're gonna get all the kids, all the fucking kids in chat going. I hate this podcast. You guys never talk about warlocks. I'm just trying to give them a bit of spotlight.
Well, I'm a warlock main, so it's fine.
It's fine. That's like, look, we've got Tams in here. We're allowed to say whatever we want because she's a warlock main. So she's the envoy of the people.
Tell me about the Titans then. What are you excited about? What happens?
Honestly, reading through the description of the Titan Super, it sounds a lot like sort of like a bottom tree striker Titan in that it's basically geared around running around, beating things with fucking melee attacks. But it sounds like it does an initial slam that freezes people in place. Now, I can't help but wonder, because I am me, and this is basically me from the ground up, if June Marches is going to proc on you fucking hitting the first person, how then, like, are you just going to kill everyone outright? Because that would be just absurdly broken. Or do you have to actually hit them with a melee to shatter them in ice? I don't know. It's going to be really interesting to see how it pans out.
Wait, what are you thinking the combo is?
June Marches, you know, the lightning, if you're running and you melee someone, the lightning charges come out.
So you're saying the lightning will freeze other people?
No, the lightning you'll freeze people, and then if you run and hit the first person, then there's got to be Junie's lightning come out of them and hit all the other people around them that are frozen. So are they all dead? Or what? That's what we need to know. That's what I want to know. Because that's just sounds
and you're
fucking
complaining
ridiculous.
about warlocks already.
Yeah,
Shut up.
That's a super. Leave me alone. It's just for flavor, man. I don't really care about warlocks.
I know, but people think you do.
Like, never going to be worse than fucking Dawnblade, for God's sake.
Oh my.
It's like the one thing I reckon I've got PTSD from Dawnblades in trials. You just hear that fucking noise and just his log at the back of the map going, fucking leave me alone. Fuck. It's horrible. All right, so what I might do, I might zoom in just quickly on the aspect and that. So there's a couple here. I'll do the Titan ones. I was on the Warlock ones, but I'll do the Titan ones just to give people a bit of an idea if you've not seen them yet. What they do. So here's the Behemoth one. This one's called Tectonic Harvest, and it says shattering a stasis crystal creates a stasis shard. This shard grants melee energy when picked up by you or your allies. So basically, shattering a frozen enemy will recharge your melee if you pick up this crystal, which I imagine will lead you to be able to do it again and again and again and again very quickly. Whisper of Endurance is the fragment. It's a fragment, and it says slow from your enemy's ability. Oh, all right. So slow from your abilities lasts longer. For those abilities that linger, their duration will also increase. So anything that you throw out like a grenade will last for longer, and it increases your strength. So it's feeding into your melee again. So there seems to be some pretty heavily, preferenced synergies that they want people to work towards.
I'm just having a bit more of a read. The customization is just like expanded tenfold because the fragment slots are actually on the aspects.
What?
So the way that I'm reading this, right? So you slot in your aspect.
Yeah, there's 2 aspects and then a fragment down the bottom. Holy shit, there's 3 fragments on that one.
Yes,
this could go on for fucking
yeah,
years.
so you select an aspect, and then the aspect has certain fragments that you
slot fragments into the aspect.
Yeah.
So every aspect, you put fragments on, which means the combinations are just fucking insane.
It's truth. All right, I'm gonna retreat with my tail between my legs. This is just another thing where someone's gonna tell me what the best thing to do is, and I'm gonna do it. Because it's just going to be one of those systems that's just so fucking big that Reddit will ultimately figure out what the best combination of them is.
It looks like most of the synergy will be between the aspect with casting your rift generates a shockwave that freezes enemies. The fragments relating to that aspect will probably be related to using your ability.
Yep.
Your rift ability.
Yep.
So you can because the example they gave, the Frost Pulse aspect also has a fragment slot available. Blah blah. The Warlock decides to slot in a Whisper of Refraction fragment that replenishes some of their class ability upon shattering enemies. So you pop down a rift, it freezes enemies, you shatter your enemies, you get rift ability back.
So now you can not even bother firing a gun and go around the map spanning rifts at people. Honestly, fine. I'm happy with that. That sounds great. Like, as long as it's not over the top. If I feel like that is really leaning into that MMO-y kind of like, your abilities become that. Yeah, look, I'm triggering him. Look at him. I'm getting him worked up.
Oh, I'm in, kids.
Matt, turn your camera off.
Hold on. What's happening?
That was
just a joke amongst the adults. Continue.
Just for those listening, Matt raised his automatic desk raising thing, like pretending he was raising it with his erection. Just look, I sometimes we forget that we're mainly an audio thing. Fez is unimpressed, mate. Foul. Anyway, I'm all for this. I feel like the more we can get into, look, shoulder charge with an insurmountable skull fort was like run around and shoulder charge things, and look, it was fucking annoying. Like, I didn't even do that because it was so annoying. But I do feel like if we can make abilities more viable in terms of like actual ability main uses in, not only PvP, but just in general, where you can kind of be more concerned about feeding into your own abilities and using your weapons to fill the gap rather than the other way around. I think that it'd be a huge breath of fresh air into the way we.
Well, this is going to make stuff like, hopefully this makes things like raids, rather than just saying something like, oh, we need one Shade Binder, one Radiant Warlock. We need like Shade Binder spect like this to get through this area, rather than just brute force or whatever.
What I hope is that it kind of goes the opposite direction, in that it's like, okay, well, here's what we actually need in the raid. Someone that can, do this AoE control, right? Say you're referencing the Shade Binder there as the character that can freeze things en masse, right? But if there's another subclass that can do a similar thing via a different sort of method, then you go, okay, well, who's our AoE guy? All right, well, I'm on my Titan that can do this. And everyone goes, okay, cool. I'd love for that to be the way it is. Because I don't like, I'm a Titan main, and I fucking, I want to play on my Titan. And I think there's a lot of people out there that are like that. So if you can sort of modify your current, like whatever you're playing on to fit the role that you want to play in each activity, fuck yeah. I think that's a huge deal. It's always one of those things that has kind of sucked with MMOs historically too, is that like you are leveling a character for 50 hours and it's like, well, this one character is a viable healer or tank. Pick your fucking two parts, right? I wouldn't want to see and Destiny does get into that a little bit in terms of, like Warlocks have the rifts and all that sort of stuff. So absolutely would love to see the ability to everyone do a bit of everything. Yeah. But I'm really fired up seeing that for these classes, and the fact that they've kind of alluded to them sort of retreating the 3 current ones in this way in the future, I think is enormous. I can't wait. I'm already I want to know what they're going to do with Electricity Boy, Sparky Boy. I'm excited. I mean, it's probably a bit too early to be excited about that. Could be fucking 2 years away at the rate we're going, but fuck it. It's happening. All right, this week in the TWAB, I wasn't expecting this, honestly. I knew that they'd have to do something with the Triumphs, but the whole sort of revamp of the way Triumphs are going to look and the way career points and all of that sort of stuff is going to work is pretty exciting. And the interface, I'm just going to bring it up here for everyone, mainly just so I can make Matt raise his fucking desk once again. Oh my God, look at this. It's a dark interface in Destiny, ladies and gentlemen. Can you get on board with that? No longer will your retinas be seared while you go into
dark mode.
Dark mode. But it looks like I can't see this page being dark and the rest of the interface being light, right? So maybe we're going to get a whole interface revamp.
Well, they did say that, didn't they? Like in I don't know, there was when they did the big long interview where they announced what was happening for 3 years. Didn't they say that they were changing everything to dark? I thought that was
maybe
given. And then even like the main loading screen was going to be like it wasn't going to be white. It was going to be like dark. So when we first load into the game, it's not like, bah!
I laugh. I chuckle to myself every time I see that on Reddit, where it's like someone's like, do we have to have a fucking white screen because it just sears every time I turn on the fucking game. But I think it's exciting. I hope so.
Yeah,
it'd be a good time to do it, given darkness and all that.
Did you guys notice? I saw someone tweet out that the light levels up the top underneath the BNG, the Bungie, is like 469. Is that what it says? Like, can you see that?
It does. It does say 469. Yeah. So
is that like another light level squeeze?
69.
Or are they just on an exceptionally shit character?
Wait, where does it say 42069? It's just a pun.
It should
say it just says 469.
Oh,
if it said 42069.
But under the player username, it says 469.
I agree. Nice.
Interesting. And there's that tab on the left. There's 2 boxes. I don't know what that is.
This stuff. The stuff over on the right. The way it's they're tracking medals and all that now, I think is cool.
No, on the left.
The left. Oh, that'll just be the. I think that one there on the left bottom bit will probably be Grimoire, right? Like I hope so anyway. In that, like, where all your lore achievements and shit are, whatever you call them, books of bullshit. I don't know, Matt. That's your.
Do you know that you can read the lore now without collecting it?
I mean, on Ishtar Collective.
No, in game now. What? Finally, in game. Yep.
Game breaking, immersion ruining. Why? How?
Yep.
Why? How?
In game.
Is it like an error or?
No. They're just going to make it. It's one of the changes they're making, so you don't have to physically find it to read it. You obviously need it to get the score and all that kind of stuff, but you'll be able to just want to go in and read it. I mean, there's no point because you got Ishtar, so they're just letting you understand the lore, which I think is perfect. It's great.
Yeah, it's a good move in that respect. I wish
I'm gonna announce that I'm no longer making lore videos because you guys can all fucking read it for yourself, and you can.
We've always been able to read it. We've always been able to read it for ourselves.
I'm becoming a Craftopia streamer.
But how are people going to do their morning poo without your soothing voice?
He's got a fucking point.
Welcome back, Guardians. Just gently push while I tell you about.
So that's what you do when you're listening to the little video.
Oh, look, it's no secret. There's no secret.
It's either that or putting people to sleep. Myelin Games oral laxative.
It's literally daily care routines with Myelin Games. That's basically what people do. They either go to sleep or they're doing a poop.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
This fucking podcast.
I
mean, it was someone just basically identified that yours had the potential to affect their movements, and there you go. Good job. there's a heap of info in there about how they're going to go about rejigging the scoring of triumphs and whatnot, and how they're going to treat content that's no longer in the game. Basically, more or less, if something leaves the game, it'll no longer impact your current score, but it will be there as like a career. It'll add to your career score. I can't remember what is it fucking called, career score, whatever. There's like an overarching score, and then there's the current one of the of everything that's available. So I think it's a good move. I mean, it's definitely, you know, you're always going to be able to, you know, go back and see how much of the entire game you've played, but it doesn't kind of eliminate people from chasing things either if they're just coming in fresh. Their in-game sort of level can be just as high as anyone else's. So I think it's good. I think there's so much. We're kind of getting into that zone of it's coming pretty thick and fast at the moment, and there's a lot of info going on. I can't wait till we know just a little bit more about you know, these subclasses and how they actually play, and then we can really start to get excited about it, because I feel like there's so much fucking potential in the way they're going with it. I think treating the aspects and fragments like mods that hopefully rotate in and out with some kind of frequency to change them up rather than nerfing and buffing.
Yeah.
Chef kisses, mate, all the way home. Beautiful.
Yep.
And dark interfaces, give it to me. I only play Destiny at night, so I have no use for a light interface. Brilliant.
I've had this discussion many times with people.
I know you have. And you're right. You're right. If you're using Twitter through the day, you should be on the light interface, or you're going to hurt your little peepers.
Yep. Your interface should match your environment. You're just trying to reduce the contrast between the two.
And let's be honest, no one thinks you're any cooler being a fucking edgelord with a dark background, because no one's looking over your shoulder at your phone. And if they are, the least of your worries is what fucking light mode you're on.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you're streaming and anyone sees it, they're like, light mode. Like, oh, for fuck's sake.
I mean, the thing with you is that, like, you're just a default man. Right? Like, Matt just comes in, whatever it is when he first arrives is the way it stays forever. Unless he's given, I mean, your Windows wallpaper is the default wallpaper, for fuck's sake. Like, it's the same one as what's on the shit computer halfway up the factory at work that isn't even connected to the fucking internet. Has the same wallpaper as Matt's wallpaper. The shit tent. The shit green tent. You got to do something about it. I'm worried about you. How come you're so into crafting and all these time-intensive, like, fucking games, but you can't even change your wallpaper?
I don't get it. I don't, okay, so you change your wallpaper. What does that do for you?
It looks better.
So you're telling me you hold on, you get your computer going and you just sit there looking at your desktop, do you?
Yeah. You don't? I mean, you don't have a choice but to see it. How do you not load up Windows and then the default thing is, and you're like, oh, it's a fucking tent again. Like, how does that?
Yeah, but I'm not on there. As soon as I'm in, I'm doing something. I'm either I open Google, I open Craftopia.
Think about it.
I'm doing stuff.
But who's in the tent? It fucking bothers me. It's like I don't need to be presented with anything that gives me more questions than answers. All right, like, I've just got the fucking emblems, the Destiny emblems. Silent Walker made them. I've had them for forever. They just cycle through as my wallpapers, right? Because I'm a Destiny nerd. What gave that away? But, like,
have you seen my PlayStation account before?
What's your PlayStation account? No. When would I have ever seen that?
It's just literally the default fucking avatar, like a little smiley face.
Yeah, I'm surprised that you aren't just that stupid. How are you not an egg on Twitter and the fucking...
Oh. That's it. Change all your AVIs. Have to be like the originals.
Yeah.
YouTube, your Discord.
Pathetic.
Your Twitter.
Dude, I was that original Discord for quite a while too.
Just a little alien.
Twitch. Loki, I don't like the Twitch AVI. It's so, every time I see someone with that, I think they're a bot.
Yeah, I don't think you can. Like, Twitch, you got to lean into it a little bit. You got to put a bit of effort in.
Muted Line is exactly right. I'm like Steve Jobs, right? I listened to his biography, and he's something like he only has like 2 pairs of pants and a couple pairs of shirts, and that's all he needs in life because it's one less decision to make. That's exactly what I do. I have 2 pairs of pants. I have a bunch of shirts, and then I have a formal dress, which is a suit. That's it.
Steve Jobs is dead because he got pancreatic cancer and chose to try and out-eat it with a specific diet. Is that really who you want to base your life choices on? That and he wore fucking turtlenecks, Matthew, for God's sake. He's hardly a paragon of style or common sense.
Well, no, but he did make the iPhone, you know.
I use fucking Android for a reason. You can get fucked. There you go. Steve Jobs. Good effort. Overpriced computers. That's about it. All right. Enough shitting on, like people who actually advance the human race while we don't.
Guys, we've got so much Destiny to talk about, and we're focusing on my fucking backdrop, desktop computer.
This is the podcast. Look, what we might do, we might open it up because everyone's excited about different shit. So we're going to open it up. Chat's open. If you've got any questions, if you want, you can fire them away now, or we can do the thing where people can come in and actually just talk to us. Do we want to do that?
We're doing that.
We're doing it. We're going to do it every week from now on.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun with this because there's always some loose unit who comes in like, yeah. I've actually been thinking about how I put this on a delay. So that if anyone comes in and just really just fucking goes all out, I can just mute them before it gets broadcast.
If someone does something really bad, would you just press the... I've always thought I'll just smash my fucking power button and the stream would cut off.
I'll just jump out that window.
Just leave me with the person.
Hold on. We got to talk about the logo. Everyone's losing their fucking mind about Aldrin's chess logo.
Okay, it's law time. Sorry, everyone. I jumped into it, but Maddie, it's Mylan Games law quarter hour or whatever we want to call it.
There's nothing else to say that the logo in the Triumph section matches the logo on Prince Aldrin's armor from D1. That's it. So
what it's alluding to is that's the Cosmodrome.
That he might be a vendor.
That he might be a vendor. That's what people are starting to think. It would make sense.
Yeah. I think he's coming back. I just wrote a script about it, so fucking clickbait that.
Who are we talking about?
I mean, do you want to talk about it? You can talk about it if you want to talk about it.
He's coming back.
The law.
Aldrin's coming back.
So back in season of the Drifter, season of the Drifter, right? Released a card. It didn't make any sense at the time. Basically, they found a thrall with a black fragment in it. Didn't know what it was. Touched it. Had an hallucination of Marasov defeating a pyramid ship. And Prince Aldrin was there. And Erismon was there. No one really paid much attention. Boom. We now know what the black fragments are. Most likely the same a shrapnel part from the pyramid ships, just like Eramis has. And we know that Marasov is working with Erismon. And we now know that Aldrin is alive. So it 100% makes sense. So I'm predicting a showdown on the moon. Erismon, Aldrin, and Marasov get wrecked.
What can we do? Like, what if Aldrin is there and alive? Like, and that's great. And he's the vendor for the Cosmodrome, but he's just a completely different bloke. Like, I mean, what if he's like really kind and caring and not cold and horrible or anything like that at all? Like, not anything like Aldrin. Do you think they'll go to that length to try and recast the character so that they can? Yeah. You reckon they will?
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I do feel like it's time for that story arc to start.
I think he's going to be like, before he was like mean emo. I think he's going to be nice emo now.
What, like ooh emo? just very, like a very supportive and wholesome emo.
Has an uwu beanie, sits in the corner.
Yeah,
beanie.
just. I can't believe I said uwu out loud. Yeah, he's definitely got cat ears. I didn't know that was in your vocabulary, that word. Neither did I until I said it out loud. Now I can't take it back. So here we fucking are. Anyway, I'm committed. I'm excited by that, and I feel like a lot of people really hold the grudge he killed Cade, what a son of a bitch. But I'm kind of okay with it. I was expecting, like, if he doesn't really understand that, and he was kind of like possessed by Riven, like, it's a bit much. I mean, it's like if a little kid was possessed and did something. Not saying that I believe in any of that garbage because I don't, but still, if it was in a movie and a little kid was possessed, would you kill them? Like,
have you seen my Fallout playthrough? I mean,
Matt, don't answer that question. Don't answer that question. I know that you would, Tamsin. You'd surely you'd find it in your heart to forgive the child, right? So why is Aldrin any different?
Killing the child or forgiving the child?
Forgive them. Like, they weren't in control. Where I know Matt would murder them. I watched him kill a cow on fucking Craftopia just because I suggested it. He's an animal. He's got no moral construct.
Look, in my defense, when I was playing Bioshock, I thought there was going to be a twist and that they were really demon children's. I didn't realize I was actually killing children.
That's what they all say.
That's a pretty piss weak excuse, Matt, if I'm perfectly honest. That's an absolutely piss weak.
Look, I know it doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound right at all. But, you know, I've said it now.
I mean, it doesn't sound right because it's very much not right. That's why. All right. Well, look, if you're in the DDU Discord, jump into the waiting room. You'll see the Destiny Down Under in the host stream channel. We'll be pulling people up into there so that they can have a yak to us in real time. And if you don't want to do that, we might go sort of one person jumps in and then one person will read out a question from chat. So maybe don't throw them all out there at once. All right. Well, we might jump in. Inferno is already in the waiting room. I hope he's actually in the waiting room and he's just I don't know, hasn't just left his PC on or whatever. He's all right. He's unmuted himself, so we'll put him over now and say g'day. How about this? Hold on to your butts. Inferno, g'day.
What's going on?
It works. Yes, I'm fucking.
Yay.
I am Steve Jobs.
Hey,
how you going, mate?
hell's going on? Hi, you know what? Freaking going on pretty good.
What are you most excited about for the new subclass stuff? What do you play as?
I play as Titan,
Good
and
boy.
I'm kind of looking forward to pairing Dune Matchas with the new subclass.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah,
The first broken thing of the game.
I mean,
That
Juniors are already fucking broken. Let's be fine about it.
they
didn't need the buff.
When they buffed it. It was already pretty bad. So, I mean, it's still pretty good in PvP. I think it's going to be even better now with this new subclass. And if it works the same way as the AoE effect for the Thunder Crash melee ability, where you fly through the air and hit the ground, it procs it when you're landing. So if it works the same way, I have a feeling this will do the shattering ability. I hope, at least, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell this far out. There's a lot of theory crafting and stuff that we can carry on with, but it's exciting, man. I'm fine with them releasing them and them being broken as fuck for like one season, and then as long as they're committed to like reining them back in after everyone's just like, oh my god, I'm fucking sick to death of those new supers. I think that's great. I think, you know, let's put the fucking different mods in or whatever. All right, good. All right, mate. Well, we might send you back out into the wild, but thanks for jumping in, and we'll jump into chat and get a question from there. Fucking cheers for jumping in, mate.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
No worries, man. Bye.
Hey, bye.
I like it when we get Titans on because it just keeps it really simple for me because I don't have to pretend what they're on about.
Yeah, because they just go, you get Titans like, oh, Titan punch. What are you excited about? Punchy punch things. What do you want to do?
I'm excited about playing it the exact same way as you want to play. Okay, cool. Great. We're good friends. Yes.
Next person.
No,
I want to know.
What do you want to know?
Sorry.
No, you're all right. You're allowed to ask a question.
No, that's a good question. I want to know what everyone's going to be doing in the next 2 months. Like, if you are getting on Destiny, like, are you going to be doing the whole like triumphs, like seals? Like, I know heaps of people are going to be focusing on Reckoner, and like a part of me is like, yeah, I need to do my Reckoner. I need to do a few like triumphs, and a part of me is also like, but I really can't be bothered to do any of those things, and it's like an internal struggle whether I reckon.
Go in, take a break, mate. Go in fresh. I'm excited to play Destiny. What's that?
I played Sushi Man.
Yep.
And
How'd you find that?
I think it's the first time I was actually angry at a video game. And I'm like, if you know me, I'm really bad at following stories. Like I just in one ear out the other. Like I don't even know what Destiny is. I don't know anything about Destiny. I've been playing it for how long is it out now? 4 or 5 years. And I'm like, what is Destiny? But I actually was like trying to pay attention to that storyline. And I was angry at it because you're like constantly like fighting with your honor, like trying to protect your people, but like you have to be honorable. But then your game makes you not be honorable. And then at the end, it's like this whole like thing. At the very end, it's like, will you be honorable or will you not? And then it's like trying to find it. And then I did something and I was really angry and I was screaming at the game. But I finished it. And now
That's good though. That's like it got emotional hooks in you, and you don't get that out of many games these days, right? Like
I was just angry. I wasn't even like upset or sad. I was just angry. I was like, why would you do this?
You son of a bitch game. You've just
why?
my fucking
and then
week.
I pressed the button. I was like, I went and I like pressed that selection. And I was like, no, what did I do? Why did I do that?
Here's the real question: is Tamsin honorable or dishonorable? What did you pick?
So I went with the honorable. Oh, what's my camera doing? I went with the honorable decision, but like I regret doing the honorable decision because I feel like the honorable wasn't the right decision. But it was the honor. Yeah. But yeah, I've had it a lot.
It sounds like you killed children, to be honest.
Yeah, it does sound like Matt justifying his murder of children
in the game.
It was only in a game.
Bears, pigs, and sometimes an eagle. That's it.
No, you shouldn't kill an eagle or pigs.
I was flying
around. Then again, bacon.
Do you hate freedom? Do you?
TamsinWood, honourable but hates freedom. That's what we learned out of Ghost of Tsushima. I don't know. I love that setting though. I love that setting. So I'm tempted to go and pick it up.
Do it. It's worth it. It's very similar. I feel like the gameplay is similar to Horizon Zero Dawn in a way.
Okay.
With other bits and pieces, like it's the same style game.
Yep.
And then they've got multiplayer and a raid coming out, which is really cool because it's like a free DLC for people who have got the game. So it's like all included. It's like it's a part of the game sort of thing, but they've just released it. Well, they've announced it a couple of weeks ago. So it's going to be like raids, and it's like this. I don't know. It looks like a kind of dark theme. Like you've got this really nice, beautiful game, and then as it goes through, and then it just gets really dark, and then it's.
Wait, did you say multiplayer?
Yeah, you have like 4 in a raid apparently. Like 4 people.
That does
pique my interest, doesn't it?
Yeah,
we can all run around and be samurais together. How good does that sound?
Yeah,
and me and Matt will definitely chop each other's limbs off, almost certainly.
Yeah,
if we're in.
You've got to have friendly fire in there. You have to have friendly fire.
Whoops, you're dead. Oh, all right, we'll jump in. Wow. Sourwood's got a question in chat. What do you think of the theory that there is an fucking words. There is an 8th unannounced location. The Triumph page has Ullus titles for 8 locations, but only 7 are announced. What does Ullus mean? Is that... Oh, the Triumph page UI has titles.
Bandoila.
Ignite.
Someone asking another streamer if you think they'll avoid putting Uranus on there just for the jokes.
I think that they should do it just for the jokes. I think they should definitely double down and just do it. Do I think there's a likelihood that we could be getting another location coming back that we don't yet know about? I absolutely do.
Won't it just be Cruci? Why won't it be Cruci? Or is that including Crucible too?
No, I think the Crucible stuff's all squirreled away to the side. But I hope that's the case. I feel like there could absolutely be, like we didn't really know about what's the Dreaming City either, right? Like it was kind of very, 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 very closed off, and it was a surprise more or less. So I would love it if they did something like that again. I'd be stoked for it.
Dreaming City would be amazing.
That'd be good.
So
that'd be real good.
We have no idea, but we hope so. So we'll do that. All right, we're going to jump into another caller, someone playing the home game. It's fucking regular pest from Mylan Games' stream here. Mikey, how you going, mate? Hang on. I need to unmute him. You need to unmute yourself. Good. Yep, you there?
I did.
Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Oh, okay. I'm not allowed to talk about Titans.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can you hear us?
all right, sweet. Yeah, I can hear you guys. You're good. You're good.
What are you looking forward to in Beyond Light, dude?
Oh man, I think the pyramid. Maybe we might go inside of it. The story mostly.
So you think that we're
Like
gonna?
I don't care much about.
You're
Go
right.
ahead.
Go. No, you're right. Go.
I don't care much about the supers. I really want to know what the story's gonna pull us in.
Get him out.
Bungie's really trying
out.
to. Oh no! Man, don't you do this to me, please! Don't do this to me.
All right, you want a job? How about you?
I am kind of excited for. I'm excited for the Hunter Super. Not gonna lie.
Oh, get out
But
of here! For
I
fuck's
am
sake!
really interested.
I knew you were a fucking troll.
But no, I'm not. I am actually serious. Like the whole story is gonna be really goddamn cool, isn't it? Like the whole
Yeah, I
idea
feel
we're
it,
gonna
probably.
get the Dark Super. Like, can we imagine? Can you imagine the reaction we get when we go to the tower and Savannah's like, "What are you doing? What is that?"
He'd be
He's just
looking
going to look at you and go, indeed, and that's about it. Or you're going to get a bunch of dialogue on the screen.
I hope he goes full disappointed parent mode with like, you know, when your parent found you weed when you were like 17. Like, look,
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
I know what this is, and you know what this is. I found something in your room, Luke.
Now
What
go
do you do?
smoke it all.
Now smoke it all. All right, Mikey.
Oh,
All right, thanks for jumping in, dude. We'll send you back into the wild. There you go. You're like a trout being re-released.
Hunter Master Race.
Oh, Jesus, some dickheads in your stream, Matt. Fucking hell.
I don't know why they're all attracted to me, mate, not you.
That was harsh, but also fair. Harsh, but fair. All right. Okay. What else have we got? Someone in chat needs to ask a question because that's otherwise the flow of this is going to be interrupted. Right? Okay.
Ask
Look, I'm a cool Chad. What? Matt, do you have a question for our own podcast?
Do I have a question?
Yeah.
Will there be beards in Beyond Light customization? Because Craftopia has beards.
I don't know. There was a tweet about it's International Beards Day or some shit, wasn't it?
They were gonna
It was Osiris.
add that sort of stuff.
If Osiris can have a beard, we should all be able to have a beard because his DLC was shit. And we all survived it, so we should all at least be able to grow a beard. I'll have a beard. Actually, I'll just have like this half-shaven shit, like whatever I've got. Matt will have a proper beard. Tamsin, not sure.
I'll have a beard.
You'll have a beard?
Yeah,
Good.
I'll have a beard.
Yeah,
Why
just
not?
have a beard.
I
We're
want
all gonna
like
see you.
I want a salon or saloon or whatever the fuck it's called. Like we could go in and sit down and then be like, I want a makeover, and then you like reconstruct your face.
You just want that like hairdressers out of GTA.
Yeah.
You can go and get yourself a fucking flat top. Sweet.
I mean, it's kind of shit though if you had to like redo your characters, right? They're like, yeah, because you know that's the only way you change characters now, right? You have to make a completely new character. Like I've been stuck with an ape for the past like 2 years now, and I don't want an ape anymore. So it's like I would rather, you know.
I wish I'd just made an EXO. I wish that, like, I look back on it now and I'm like, EXOs rarely ever make you cringe when you see them, but just about all of the fucking main, like all of the
Like
humanist options, just fuck. Yeah, mine's bad. Mine's so bad. I don't know. I'd maybe. I mean, they're definitely leaning into that sort of shit with transmog and all that sort of stuff. So, I guess
I want to see the transmog stuff too. I want to see like how that's going to work, what that's going to entail. Is it just going to be the like a full menu? Because we've kind of got like all the when you look at all the different what are they called? When you can like actually take the armor out of your collections and stuff like that. Maybe you'd have a transmog selection option or something like that. I don't know. That would be cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm big on the fashion game, which I mean, in Destiny, not in real life. I've given up in real life, but I'm super interested in that. I reckon they're saving it for a big juicy 12 where they'll spell it all out. I feel like that'll be a very, very, very hyped up week. Muted Lion says, not really a question, but it would be cool if they worked in using solar grenades to help your frozen teammates thaw out. Sort of rock, paper, scissors kind of mechanic. Like, can we?
Let me just get my hammer and smash you in the head with to unfreeze you or something like that.
Like if you could thaw out a frozen throw your grenade on friendlies to defeat the frost. It makes perfect sense to me. I hope that they're doing that. If not, huge opportunity missed.
You know what I really want? I don't know why I was thinking of this, because we keep talking about all this stuff that the game's going towards like MMO, and like I've always said that it'd be nice to see like Destiny the game. Obviously that's Destiny 3 now because like we're waiting for all the consoles to catch up sort of thing and all that sort of stuff. But it's interesting to know like what would be their like real long term. Like, do they want another WoW? And is that why they're like making things more customizable? The transform, they're slowly, they know they have like 3 years to like ease us in. And then like you said, what's going to happen to PvP? Maybe it's kind of like falls.
Here's the real question. Is Halo Infinite going to give Destiny a run for its money with an open world shooter?
Do you think it is?
I mean, they're meant to have a 10-year plan. This is what Destiny started off with. 10-year plan, MMO, open world like shooter. If anything, it's probably the closest on paper so far, even though we haven't seen anything. Destiny doesn't have anything that really competes with it in regards to a shooter, a loot and shooter MMO-ish game.
It's a Borderlands.
It's not MMO.
Nah, it's not. And I don't know. I don't get it.
It's co-op.
I know that I fucking shit people off when I say that, but man, if I want to get just like walk anywhere and be yelled at by 1,000 rednecks at once, I'll just go down the shopping centre in my house. I don't need to buy a game for that shit.
Look, after playing, like, getting a bit hooked on New World and playing some other MMOs, I do see... I don't think I value Destiny as much as I probably should, to be honest. And now I sort of see the appeal of it now that I've seen how other MMOs do it. Like, it's fucking grindy. Like, Destiny's nowhere near as grindy as other MMOs, and it's fucking slick. It just doesn't have that connected open world like you would normally see.
Look, while we're in a bit of a lull here, we don't have anyone waiting to ask a question, and that's fine. And there's not much going on in chat. It's time to talk about the SteelSeries giveaway. I literally waited until the back end of the podcast so I can force people into enduring this podcast. But if you're in chat and you want, first and foremost, to enter the giveaway, which is, you know, it's a Gleam giveaway to win one of these puppies.
Oh, they're hard to get.
A neon rider mouse. I got one because I'm very lucky.
That's actually sick.
It is insane. It's my guitar area mouse, so I stand up, play guitar, and do that with an amazing mouse. But no, I don't believe it's Aussies only. Everyone can enter. So jump in. I'm not sure. I hope it's not. Anyway, I'm not 100% sure.
It might be ANZ.
I'm sure it'll say it in the conditions, but ! Giveaway will bring up a link that you can follow. And there is also a code word, ! Code word.
Oh, code word, yeah. There's a code word.
Will give you multiple entries for doing nothing. And I feel bad because it's in chat, so I'm going to literally tell the people listening at home that the code word is Guardians of Steel, all capitals, no spaces. Guardians of Steel.
I mean, I really feel like you missed the opportunity to drop the C-bomb in there.
Where?
Like, as the code word.
God,
yeah, it's
no.
ANZ, by the way. Oh, wait.
God, no. It's ANZ. So if you're overseas...
I don't know, actually. I have no idea.
ANZ, New Zealand.
Oh, yeah. Yes, ANZ. Yes.
All right. Well, there you go. Anyway, I probably should have read that before I fucking said anything.
It gives you a bonus 20 entries with the code word.
It's a lot. It's considerable. It's worth doing. And like, honestly, that mouse is fucking, it's outrageous. It's just the most over the top. Like, it's annoying in a way because the kids come in and just fucking want to play with it because it's pink and purple.
How many side buttons has it got?
None.
None.
Nah, it's got 2. I just had to check. I don't use them for that because I've got the big big unit up here. So that's the gaming.
Two sidebinds, nice.
Yeah,
wireless, wide or wireless?
It's wired. It's
Both.
wired. It's wired.
Wired.
Yes.
Wired, two sidebinds, nice. Collectors.
Yes, collectors. Very pretty. It looks
very limited.
There you go.
How much are people selling them on eBay for?
I'm not sure. I haven't looked yet.
Probably a bit.
Probably a bit. Probably a bit. I think Sassy's actually got one, so that's probably degrades the value a bit. But I mean, beyond that, they're pretty highly thought of. So there you go. All right, look, we've got Matt.
Maybe I should use my own code and buy one myself.
I've just convinced Tamsin to fucking do it.
Tamsin used honor.
Wow.
I'd like to just give you guys an update about Craftopia that's on my second monitor.
I don't want it.
Current members in the one game: Omega Karen, which is me.
Yes.
Felicia, Senshi, Balin, which is Danny, and now Sassy.
Oh God! Stop ruining my friendships.
1, 2, 3, 4. That's 5 people all crafting in the same world together.
I expect you all to make a much better base by the next time I witness you playing that game. Okay.
Well, the thing is,
it looks pretty crap.
Yeah, just a ramp and a platform.
A ramp and a platform.
Where there's animal creatures just trying to jump up on it.
Oh my God. Felicia's crafting. What's this? I just colored glass. Sorry, Felicia.
Matt, we're gonna have someone on. We're gonna have someone. Right? Here's Matt. Here's Matt. We're gonna pull Matt in right now.
Oh, Matty.
Oh, great. Another Matt.
Oh,
Matt 500. How you going, mate?
Oh, hey guys.
Oh, geez, you're fucking quiet, mate. You're very quiet. You okay? Are you down a well?
No, you're using the wrong mic. It sounds like you're using a microphone underneath your table.
Why would you have a microphone set up underneath your table?
Papa Cam?
It's too loud, so I have to turn my mic down every time I join voice chat. Tamsin. Man,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. It's very weird. That's all right. Can you just change? Oh, holy shit.
Scream louder into the mic?
No, you're fine now. You're perfect. You're at the same volume as the other Matt.
Yeah, nice. I'm on Rainbow Six Siege defaults. I just switched it back. That's why. For some reason, that was a thing. Anyway, how are we? Destiny. Great game.
Good.
Destiny. Great game.
Good.
Played it.
Yeah, I mean, I've played a bit of it.
Yeah, a little bit. I have a question, actually, just in terms of the vaulted content. I was having a chat with the boys in Foundation. As you know, I am one of the 3 people in Foundation Clan that's playing Destiny right now, which is great. Great to see. I won't tell you about the total numbers. It's a little bit embarrassing, but anyway. Keep it up. We're trying our best. I say we, Midget, and I think 2 other people. To be honest.
You just gotta persevere, mate. They'll have the clean engrams waiting when they come back, just because of you being a good bloke.
Exactly. That's right. I'm trying my best. Did you guys? I know you probably all knew about the amount of content was getting vaulted. Was it a shock to you when the 12 dropped the official announcement on it? Was it shocking to you? Do you feel like there's some content they should have saved, or you're like, nah, this is good. Get rid of it. No one's playing it. Let's just get on with the new stuff.
I think for mine, the actual open world stuff that they were vaulting, I was like, okay, that's fair enough. It was when I read the list of like half the Crucible maps are going as well that I was like, fuck, okay. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it seemed a little bit overzealous, but I understand if they've got to retire assets that all pertain back to the one thing, then that's what they've got to do to save the space. Yeah. But it caught me off guard. It was a lot more than I originally anticipated. But the open world stuff, I'm pretty cool with it. I'd kind of just, there was a few things that were going, obviously, like 0 hour and stuff that I thought I didn't realize it was going, but that's just probably me more being ignorant than anything else. What about you guys?
No, I just think, yeah, I felt the same actually with 0 hour.
I mean, the thing we've got to remember as well is it is vaulting. So the whole idea is we remove stuff in the interim until the game can support more content, right? So the only reason they're removing stuff is because the game just can't function with, like, they can't bring anything else into the game without removing stuff from the game. So it's currently like how they say, they're putting it on the shelf until they can bring it back. And then when they do bring it back, they want to bring it back better. So I don't know. I'm like, yeah, it sucks, but I've never been the one to like complain about old content coming back because it's kind of like a nice little refresher. Like no one's going to complain about VOG coming back. So like I imagine, in 3 years down the road when Destiny the game. It's a big MMO when we bring back, 0 Hour and whatever else is getting taken away, and with more enemies and maybe different guns, different ways to do it. I don't like. We've already had how long to play it. Like it's.
Yeah, I mean, it's shit that we don't play now. Like, why would you miss it? It doesn't.
Exactly. People just want something to complain about. And
what, the Destiny community? No.
Tam, come on. What do you mean?
I refuse to believe it. I refuse to believe it.
Yeah, I'm sort of reserving judgment until we find out the real reason why it's been vaulted. Is it coming back with a new engine? Is it doing something else? Is it just game restrictions? I don't know. I don't feel like we've got the full story yet. So
coming back,
it doesn't bother me that it's going. What's that?
Coming back with a new engine.
No, you know what I mean. Fucking
being remastered or whatever. Like
whatever they're doing to fix to make it more manageable. Like, is it going to be revamped in some way? Don't know.
I think it's going to have to be a completely new game if they're going to have a new what is it? I keep getting my wires crossed. It's a server, right? Or engine? Yeah.
Engine.
Not launcher. Yeah.
An engine is like the game. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to be like Destiny 3 because they wouldn't be able to do it to the existing game, right? So that's 3 years away.
Yep.
That's what I think.
I agree.
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 And then by then we're all over it. No, I hope not.
I don't know. I'm kind of committed at this point. Kind of committed.
Yeah, no, again, because the only reason I'm asking that is because I've got a few people that are actually coming back to Destiny after 1 or 2 year absence, and so I said to them, "Oh, look, I mean, you've got now until November the 10th to get all this stuff." So my sort of repassion for Destiny is getting people to sort of fall in love with the game again, but for me as well to remember what it was like first playing the game, first doing these Nightfalls, first getting exotics. So
it's always fun taking new people back through the game. Like if you could find people who are like experiencing the game for the first time, that's really nice. Like they're baby guardians, but I think, just playing content just to play it isn't as enjoyable as taking someone through for the first time because it's like, you get to remember like what it was like for you. Sort of thing.
Hell yeah. All right, Matt. Cheers for the question, dude. That was a fucking good one. Ripper.
No worries, man. Nice. I'm going to go solo whisper now.
Fucking good luck with that shit. See you, mate.
Cheers,
guys. All right. I'm just going to quickly answer Megaton's question. Exotic class items. Whenever it is, it's not going to be soon enough. We're going to jump straight into talking to Deranged. We'll pull him straight in now, and then I think what we'll do, we'll wrap up. Hey, how about that? Deranged Shaman, welcome to the Destiny Down Under podcast. How art thou?
I'm doing good. Just so you know, I'm at work, so it might be a little noisy. I apologize.
Mate, look, you're clearly not Australian.
I put the bot on.
Taking the piss at work and doing something completely unwork related is an Australian trait. So well done, you've nailed that. What are you looking forward to in Beyond Light, mate?
Oh, I'm looking forward to the new subclasses. But my question was this: what do you think the new nicknames for the subclasses are going to be? For the Warlock, I'm going with Shade Banger.
Shade Banger.
Yep.
All right. Okay. What do you got for the Titan?
What's the Titan?
I don't have anything. I was asking you. You're the Titan.
Oh, you're asking me. All right.
What do you do? Normal.
You fist everything. He's got an ice fist.
Shade fist.
Mr.
Fist. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, I'm with Tamsin. Mr. Fister. We're gonna.
That sounds like a sex toy.
Like Mr. Freeze, but Mr. Fist.
Yeah, it was the one that Nintendo made after they made the fucking 64 controller. The Mr. Fister. Fucking hell. What do we got for hunters?
Of Mega Man.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Don't they like throw something that rebounds off walls?
The hunters.
I think they have sides, like eye sides.
Where do you work, mate? Where do you work? Like not like actual the name of the place, but what do you do for a crust deranged?
Oh, I work at a factory.
Nice, dude. Same. It's good, eh?
I make copper coils for big motors. It's a thing.
Good.
What level do you have to be to craft the copper?
Level 69,
Well,
of course.
I'm level 2.
Oh, so
Level 3 does more.
Right.
So,
Okay.
yeah, level 2.
It's okay.
Level 2 is where you start. Yeah.
All right. Factory crafting, new game coming to Mylan Games' veins before you know it. All right, Deranged. Thanks for jumping in, dude. I hope you don't get in shit at work.
Nope.
Thanks, mate.
No problem. You'll have a great day.
Cheers, mate. You too.
Thanks, mate.
Bye. Isn't that good?
Snow fairies.
Someone just taking the piss at work.
Yeah, that's very Australian.
That's very Australian. It's very Australian. All right. What's in the pipeline for the coming week? Matty, you've got a video about Aldrin by the sounds of it. Is that what's happening?
Aldrin, Marasov, be out Sunday night. I'm meant to get a haircut now, but the fact that we're all in this server playing Craftopia, I'm probably going to play that instead. I've got to ask Danny if we can call her mum and cancel my haircut.
Surely she can just cut your hair while you play.
Jesus.
I'm worried about you. I can see you in 6 months looking like fucking Jesus. Just emerging.
The fact that people have even got a lore video once a week still surprises me. Like, not only is there limited lore and I'm digging for scraps, but I'm fighting an addiction hard of playing MMO.
Yeah, you're basically like you're in the rock and roll spiral of like.
Have you done Final Fantasy?
No.
I'm tempted to get into Final Fantasy.
But I did get your recommendation through Felicia about Ashes of Creation, which I'm probably going to get.
That's 2 years away, though.
Don't say that to me.
Look at his sad MMO face.
Did you explain it? Like, what
I've
it is?
seen it. I've watched the 20-minute video on it.
The one that I linked.
Yep.
He does a really good job at convincing you, and he's like, and I'm not sponsored. I just think it's an amazing game.
I'll probably get the beta. I'm such a sucker.
Can you hook up? We need Fez to get a contact, and then she's the rep, and then we're all sorted. No, the thing is, like, so
guess how much the alpha access is, Log. Guess how much the alpha access is.
How much?
Like $200 US.
What?
It's expensive, yeah.
For a fucking barely functioning game.
Alpha.
What? What, like?
I think it's just going to be a subscription model, though, when it does come.
And it's a subscription model.
The whole idea is
See what I mean? See what I mean?
Look at that. James is like, please let me talk about it. Please let me talk about it.
I mean, like, you have like nodes, right? So like every map has like every server has like 137 nodes, right? And then you have to like level up your nodes to like which has different like quests and raids and dungeons, and then you have to work together. But you can't level up your node until you like take over someone else's node. So you go in as a and then you stab.
You know what?
And then
you know what?
And then you can be the mayor, and you can be like you can build an empire, and there's only like 10 people that can fly around.
You need to speak Log's language. Log, listen, right?
No.
If you're the mayor of a node, you can charge tax. You set the tax rate.
The mayor.
Yes, and you're one of like 10,000 people that has a flying mount, like a griffin or some shit.
Yeah.
I came into this and I had one friend I was deeply worried about, and now I've got fucking two. For fuck's sake.
And there's RP in it as well, so you can have a wife and have your own house. And
I've got that in fucking real life. What do I need to play a game for? Fucking hell. I've got one already. It's enough for me. Thank you. I've got 2 kids as well. Can I?
We could all have an army of dwarfs and then
all right, now
take over the whole entire planet as dwarfs. Have a dwarf army that lives under the ground.
All right, I'm on board with the dwarf army. I'm definitely not down for any more marital commitment. Lord King of the Dwarves. It's real. All right, well, what do you got coming up this week, Tamsin? And then we might fucking get out of here, hey?
Relax, work, stream, play games, try and figure out. I don't know. I got to finish Sushi Man Platinum, so I'm like tossing up whether I do that on stream or like just chill in Discord and do it. Destiny things like raids and probably triumphs, and yeah, just relax really. And
that can't be right. I didn't hear any Craftopia in there.
I
just feel like I need to say that in no way this podcast has been sponsored by Craftopia.
I'm
like the amount of mentions.
I'll wait a day and see if you're over it after the day.
Yeah, Log knows I'm the kind of kid that jumps on the bandwagon real early.
I do that too. I didn't jump on the bandwagon too early, but I also convince everyone to buy a game, and then once everyone buys the game, I stop playing it.
Yeah,
that's fucking evil. No wonder you took the honorable option in Sushi Man.
People just feel implied to buy a game that I'm really enjoying to come play with me.
I'm just going to play Destiny and guitar like a boring old man. That's my strategy. Destiny and guitar. That's it. They're the two games that I play. All right. We're going to piss off, but we're going to raid into someone. But thanks for everyone jumping in and asking questions. Thanks for Tamsin for coming on. Unfortunately, Riss was going to come on, but she couldn't because a young fella was sick. So we're going to do... the aim is probably to get a couple of people on when we do these community week episodes because... that's what the Aussie community is all about, getting mates on. With the Patreon shit, thank you to everyone who's supported that so far. It's like honestly, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling much more confident that Matt won't starve to death when his uni fucking scholarship runs out.
Yeah, I mean, have I mentioned I'm unemployed at the moment?
No. No, I was trying to let you retain some. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna fuck off. Maddie, where will the law find people this week?
All right, so you're thinking
God, it's gonna be in fucking Craftopia, I can tell. Some shit Zelda game with fucking barely functioning servers.
Nah, you don't get it now. Nah, you do it. You do it now. No, you've cut me off.
No, you're right. You do it.
I've lost it.
You've got to do it. All right, the law will look. Okay, here you are. You're in a dark alley. You're You're walking down a dark. You're just trying to get through the alley. You're trying to survive, and a shady looking character in a trench coat comes up to you and says,
"Yep."
He like gets right up in your face, invades your personal space, and it's very confronting. And he says, "Hey mate, do you want any Craftopia?" And you say in your shrill little hobbit voice, "What's Craftopia?"
Yeah, but where's the law?
No. And he says, "Craftopia is the greatest thing you've ever fucking seen, mate. I'll give you some for free." And he gives you some for free. And you're like, "Oh, okay, what do I do with it?" And he goes, "You just inject Craftopia straight into your veins, mate. Here you are." And he helps you tie off in the most depressing back alley MMO drug addiction scene of all time. And then the paramedics come to revive you because you've died. And then you go through the pearly gates.
The law is there.
And God is there. And God says, "Nah, mate, you're going to hell for that Craftopia." And then you go to hell, and then law is fucking hell is full of law. There you go. That's it. It's Doom law though, not fucking.
Yeah,
Doomslayer's in there, and he's like, "I've got all the law," and that's it. I don't know. I kind of lost it at the end, but anyway, have a good week, everyone, and we'll catch you next week. See you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Get fucked. Bye.
Get fucked.